Hey guys, we've got a horse here that we have, well, Emily aptly named Kool Aid. A super sweet horse, but he is extremely head shy. I honestly don't know the backstory, but it looks like he's been banged on a little bit. Probably maybe had his ears twisted or some kind of thing like that, because he's pretty violently head shy. So I haven't worked with him yet on this, so I'm just going to kind of go to it and start and talk you through what I'm looking for. And the biggest thing that I want to teach this horse today, we're not going to fix it all in one day, but the biggest thing I want to teach him is how to control his own circumstances. Oftentimes with a head shy horse, it's because they're afraid or irritated, right? And so if you can show them that they can control that situation, and as soon as they yield and relax, the pressure will go away, they learn pretty quick that they can control their circumstances. And also, you'll have to forgive my outfit. It's a little windy today, so we're dressed accordingly. But we're going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to talk to you about what I'm looking for. I've got him on our patience pole here. See, right here, he's just checked out and he's just frozen, so I'm going to move his feet. I'm just going to tap on him till he moves here. There you go. I don't want the horse to freeze. I don't. So see how he was just standing there still like a statue? That'll happen a lot of times when somebody just desensitizes a horse and they just get the horse to where he'll sit there and he'll take it. But he's not really thinking. Out, dot. He's not really thinking, and he's just in this place where he's protecting himself mentally, and he's not participating. We don't want that. We want the horse to be an active participant. So I want him to understand not to be afraid of this flag, but see, he's froze there. But I also want him to understand that he can think about this flag, that we're not just gonna get him with it, because that's what he thinks, is we're going to get him. That's why he's guarding his ears. He thinks we're going to get him. So now I'm going to start to come in here. See how when I reach this flag up, his whole body braces? Let me move him over a step so you can see a little better angle here. Okay, so what I'm looking for is that I want the horse to be looking me up and checking in and say, hey, feller, what do you need? See there, the horse is bracing. He's kind of internalizing. He's going to a place where he might have to defend himself, right? Here he still is. I'm going to just keep it there. I'm going to keep that flag there until I see his mind come to the flag. Why release the pressure then? That's me teaching him to control his circumstances. Things around your head scare you. I understand. Well, I'm going to go just on the edge of you being afraid, and as soon as you think about checking out what's scaring you, it's going to go away. That's how you learn to control your circumstances. And that's how you can clean some of these things up when people have kind of bamboozled a horse and kind of taught the horse to fight a little bit. And this horse is, I'm a short guy, and this horse is a great big feller. So I ride so many horses and stuff, I don't like getting pulled on, and I don't like having to have my hands above my head to bridle one. To me, those are all signs just that a horse doesn't have a very good understanding of what his job is. It is not very difficult to teach a horse to relax and put his head down if you're willing to work with the horse. So you can see he's already getting better. What I'm going to look for here is as soon as I walk up there with that flag and he draws to it, I'll switch sides. We're not there yet. He's getting better. See, here he's checking it out. There he's bracing, he's withdrawing mentally, withdrawing. Oh, he's coming to me. Now I'm going to ease out a little bit and see if he'll come all the way around. I'm going to go back. And today being a windy day, this is excellent because it's making my flag blow around quite a bit for me. And right now, our horse isn't... he's not being too difficult, but we're also not doing so much that we make him fight. I'm watching his face, his eyeballs here, and see right now he's checked out. So I'm not going to leave, I'm going to stay. And he might have to throw him a fit, or here he's getting close. He's getting close, he's relaxing. He hasn't drawn to it yet. See, this is where a feller's gotta wait. What happens when these horses get to fighting and arguing and these bad habits? A lot of times it's because people were telling them what to do too much before they ever waited and actually saw what the horse needed help with. And like for those of you guys who are going and working with people, look, just observe, watch. Are the people just immediately talking? And when I say talking, I mean, do they just go right to reefing on a horse? Oh, he needs to do this, he needs to do this. Or do they check him out? Do they observe? Do they see what's there before they get started? You know, and it does go back to the talking thing, because so many times somebody just start talking, and they might not be talking about very much, you know. All right, let's see. Oh, he drew. He withdrew. Now let's see here. Oh, see? He's just taking it right now. I don't want that. I'm going to let this blow up by his ears. There. That's what I want. He's like, what in the heck? This is interesting. But that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go to where he's a little uncomfortable, and then I'm going to help him find out that he can control that. See, right now, he's braced. There, he's coming to me. I like it. Okay, now we're going to free him up a little bit and work our circle. Start teaching him how to do a little groundwork. He doesn't really know much at all. See, stuck. There you go. Stuck. There you go. And now I'm going to put this flag up, and I'm going to wait for him to square up with it. I might even wave it around like this, okay? And I want him to do that. I want him to look up that flag with both eyes. Because something that would have scared him a lot a minute ago, I have already started to build in that. If I put a little pressure on you, soften up for me, come to me. If you check out what I need help with, I'll help you with it, okay? So now I'm going to see if I can send him this other way. Oh, that much better, much better. That time I gave him a signal, he left, he respected it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for him to look away. Right now he is in tune with me. He's checking out what I need. He's trying to help. His head is coming down. His expression is softening. His breasts are getting deeper. These are all things I need for this kind of horse, okay? So I'm just going to wait. Whenever he kind of goes back to doing his own thing, I'll start again. Like right there, he started thinking about my dog. So I'm going to step right here. He wants to draw. He hasn't committed yet. I'm just going to stay, and I'm going to be kind of crazy with this flag there. As soon as he makes an attempt to square up with both eyes on it, I'm going to ease out of there. And now I'm going to start again. I'm going to ask him to move off. I'm going to ask him to move off. I'm going to check out the rest of his body. See, he's freezing up on me. There you go. And then I'm going to come out here and give him some of this. There you go. And see, he'll kind of shake. He'll put his head down here and blow out some more air. He's like, man, this is kind of strange, but it is making sense. Okay, so see there. We've already started to get the head lower to the ground, which is a good thing, you know. Because I can't do much with one when their head's way up there and there. All right, I'm going to go this direction. There's the brace right there. I found the spot. So I'm going to wait. Okay, and I'm going to wait for this horse to look through here. I'm going to give him as much time as he needs. Here's the idea. Let's see if he follows through. There it is. And when I'm doing this, I'm watching the horse's eyes, because what he's thinking is going through there. And if I release for the action, I'm late. If I release for him thinking about doing the right thing, I'm on time. Is the audio dead already? Okay, let's stop it and... Okay, sorry, I had to put a new battery in my microphone. It was running out here. Okay, so we're going to go back there. He thought about drawing to it. Now we're in the spot where he's freezing a little. Here he comes. He hasn't committed yet. Right now he's starting to get the idea, but he hasn't committed to the idea. It's on his radar. And this is that part where you're setting it up and you're letting it happen. We're not making it happen. When the horse realizes it's not as big of a deal as he thought it was, we're going to ease out of the way. But we can't make him do that. I mean, you could hammer on him and tie his head down and stuff like that. But this is getting him to choose to relax around an area that really scared him, okay? And now we're going to kind of, see, there's the spot right there. There's the, I don't know how I feel about this. Sure seems like something bad's going to happen to me. There, his expression's starting to soften. Let's see, I'll walk closer, put a little more pressure on him here. Let's see, he's still just kind of there taking it. There, he's starting to soften. He's starting to get a little more relaxed with it. He still hasn't committed to the idea of coming over here though. There, he looked away, so I'm gonna get crazy with my flag. There. So, I'm gonna wait as long as he is trying. As soon as he starts trying what we're not headed towards, I'll do just a little bit more. And that's what I did in that situation there. So now, I'm gonna come up here to his face and I'm gonna see if he'll let me rub him. Okay, so you see how when I put that on there, he braces and goes away, and you can see the whites of his eyes, and he kind of grits his teeth and his face gets tense. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing because I've already put some stuff in here. See there, he's starting to relax, and I'm gonna leave. He relaxed there and scared himself. See how his eyes are blinking and he's softening? I'm gonna do this with him today until it gets to where when I head up there, he's able to draw to it. And you'll be amazed at how much of this, he'll start to put his head down when you go to put the bridle on him, and he won't be ducking and dodging you, simply because you've just taught him how to control his own circumstances and pay attention. So many times people get horses head shy because they start kind of trying to bully them around just because they haven't taught the horse how to help them. They're too worried about telling the horse what to do to have time to get the horse to help them. They're too handy to get a horse to help them. There, he's drawing to it. I'm going to ease on out of there. Okay, see how the head is coming down. The tension is staying with me. Things are softening. This is stuff that the horse didn't have a whole lot of before I started. So that's what I'm looking for. See how the blinks are getting longer and the eyes are getting softer? We want him to associate these things around his head with not being a big deal. So that's what we're looking for. I'm going to come back again. There, he's just kind of braced. I'm just going to keep working here. Keep working. See, he's defending himself, but less. There, he says, man, that ear's a bad spot, dude. I'll say, that's all right. I'm going to try to not do so much that I piss you off and make you panic. I'm going to just try and stay right on the edge of that. And then as soon as you think about helping me, helping yourself, all the pressure is going to go away. And he's like, well, dang, it did, man. That's an interesting concept. See, he's fighting back a little shake and stuff. See the eyes? They're getting real soft. The blinks are getting longer, okay? So many times people talk about licking and chewing. That's a natural thing for a horse. A horse will do it when he's learning, but a horse will also do it when the stress goes up and comes down. So you could not be teaching the horse anything and just be chasing him around and then let him, his cortisol and things come down, and he just automatically work his mouth because that's what's natural to a horse to do. But here, we're looking for the expression because the expression don't lie. If a horse looks like he's about to fall asleep, it means he's about to fall asleep. Okay, you can't fake that part. I'm gonna come back, and that's what I want to do. I'd like to get this spot there. See, he's already coming to me. It's getting faster. And right now, I'm thinking people are probably thinking, well, this horse isn't that head shy. Well, if I went up there and bamboozled him or maybe kind of acted like somebody else, I could probably make him pull back and blow up on this pole and look like a real ding-ding. But my goal is to see where his spots are and help him with it. You know, that's what we're looking for. And I want to do it with minimal risk. This is a nice horse. He has great potential once these things get fixed. I don't want to take the risk of him hurting himself unnecessarily. There's the brace. We're rubbing. We're up here by the ear. He's like, oh man, that's a tight spot there. Oh, he's like, oh goodness. Oh, he's coming to me. There it is, right there. Much better. Much better. Okay, what do you see? I see a horse starting to let down and starting to understand some things. I see a horse that's starting to understand that the human is interested in his well-being, not just interested in the human's own prerogative, you know. Oh yeah, that's getting better. I'm going to go past my halter to the back of the ear. There's the tender spot. I'm going to stay here and try not to do too much. There's him coming to it. There's a little shake. Head's coming down. Expression is improving. So those of you who have a horse that you need to work with this on, rewind it and study back to the point to where when I was reaching for this horse with the flag, he was bowing up, bracing. You could see the whites of his eyes and he was going like that, you know. If I did too much, he would blow out of there. When that horse is bracing and you see the whites of his eyes and stuff, he's preparing to get hurt. That's what that is, okay? So you got to understand what the horse is trying to tell you. If you ever pay attention to what the horse is trying to tell you, he'd tell you what he needs help with. But people are so busy talking and telling the horse what to do in horse training that they don't ask the horse what he needs help with much. They just tell him what he's got to do and say that they're asking him. Okay, that side is getting significantly better. So I'm going to head over here and I'm going to ask my horse to walk around me here and just to free his feet up and get him moving. I don't want him to get stuck here. And see, when I tap on him with this, he just kind of takes it. I want him to realize that when I tap here and my hand is out, I would like him to travel. I would like him to travel. And right here, I'm not worried about doing it with too much feel off the lead rope because unfortunately, this horse hasn't been shown that yet. So right now, I'm mostly just focused on the head shy, but I can't lose perspective of the whole horse because if I just stood there and worked this and never let the horse move, he could kind of just get his feet froze up, you know, and I don't want that. So I'm going to come to this side, all right? There, he's bracing already. So I'm going to stop for a moment and work on some things. Oh, that's getting better. Oh, that touched his ear. That's getting better. See, he's looking away, so I'm going to get to shaking my flag. There, he's thinking about me, but he hasn't committed, so I'm going to keep on shaking, okay? Okay. Here he's getting, there's a little light. There it is. Okay. Can you see how he's getting so much more tolerant of this up by his head in a very short period of time? And it's not because we're doing anything special. Every action I'm doing, a toddler is capable of doing. But timing it up with what the horse is thinking is what people have the difficult part with. Everybody can sit here and wave a flag around. I mean, you see that all the time. You go watch a million clinics and a vast majority of them are chasing horses around with flags. But the folks I look for are the people that are making sense to the horses. And not just one horse, not just 5 horses, but every single horse they work. Okay, let's head back. He's braced, he's braced, he's braced, he's braced. I'm just going to keep working. I'm just going to keep working. There, he drew to me. I'm going to leave. See how his eyes are getting real soft and he's just easing up? And see, when a horse is working his mouth in correlation with that expression, you can guarantee he's starting to understand some things and relax. His mouth is starting to loosen. His nostrils are getting softer. That's better. Let's see what he does. There it is. I like it. See him kind of shake there. He's letting down, but he's been got after so much. In his nervous system, he's tight. He's expecting me to get him. Even though I'm showing him I'm not going to, he's been gotten enough by people that his nervous system is braced when people come around, and he's expected for somebody to get his head. I'm going to ask my horse to move here. Hey, that was a little bit better there. Okay, I'm going to get my old horse to, there you go, square up with me. I'm going to come work this side. Isn't it kind of a, oh, he says he's got to move. This is great. I'm going to shake my flag again and get him to square up. See how quick that's working and he's not pulling on the lead rope? That's what we're looking for. I'm going to have him step around here a little more just for the sake of the camera angle. I'm going to hold my flag here and see if I can get him to draw to it. There you go. That's the way. Now, I'm going to shake my flag until there. I'm going to shake my flag. There. See now how he's already starting to control his circumstances, and something that before would have made him run and pull back is now getting him to focus, pay attention, and understand that he can make that stop. For a horse like this, it's extremely empowering, and it doesn't mean we won't hit more hard spots. See, like right there, he's like, man, that right ear is that left ear is a tough spot there. He's like, Tristen, that left ear, I've had that left ear gotten a hold of a few times, man. It's going to take a minute for me to let that go. And I'll say, hey, man, that's all right. It's going to take as long as it's going to take for you to understand that we're not going to do that to you. You know, I'm sure you getting this way didn't happen in a day. I wasn't there when it happened, and I don't know the folks, but you can't expect it all to get fixed in a day. So don't go getting in a great big hurry. And don't be greedy. Don't think you should get more than you're getting. I'm just rubbing. I'm going to step over here. There. I'm looking for that right there. I'm looking for when I have pressure with that troublesome area that the horse can draw to me, okay? That was pretty dang good right there. So now I'm going to untie him and hopefully not get drugged around. And I'm going to stand in front of the camera here, and I'm going to show you how I would do some things with my hands, okay? See, right here, the horse is already bracing, okay? He's braced. He's letting me touch him, but he's prepared to protect himself. See there, he drew to me. That's what I'm looking for. That's that awareness that I'm trying to teach people. Why am I trying to teach people that? Well, I'm trying to teach you that so you can get to a point to where you can learn from your horse. Because a horse knows a lot about being a horse. A horse also knows a lot about teaching a human about a horse. If you get to a place to where you can observe the way the horses communicate with their body language, their posture, and their faces and their expression, okay? That's all I'm trying to show you. Yeah, we're fixing a problem. We're working with a horse that has a head shy issue. We're getting him better so we can sell him. That's what we do. We raise horses to sell, okay? We try and give, good horses to people to go do stuff with, whether it's compete or trail ride, whatever you'd like to do. But for me, this is unacceptable. This this horse being head shy is unacceptable. That to me is just bad teaching. Nobody showed the horse how to help. Horses want to help if you'll show them how. See that right there? He's like, oh man, and he was trying to check me out. So I'm going to stay here, there, and I'm going to come away. I'm not saying, hey, you have to let me touch you. I'm just saying, hey, think about relaxing and the pressure will go away. See, I'll come here. He's a little better that time, but he's stiff. Okay, so look, I'm going to stay rubbing, and I'm going to try not to do too much to offend him. And there, as soon as he draws to me, I'm going to quit rubbing. Okay, it's really pretty simple. This is the same as using your reins. This is the same as using your legs. This is the same as using your seat, okay? You have to stimulate the horse until he starts to head the direction you're after, or head the direction of a good idea, right? That's all I'm looking for, okay? So oh look, there. What's the horse saying? Tristen, I think you're gonna grab my ear. I say, no, not really. I'd just like you to want to hang out with me. That's really all oh. Wait, what? You do want to hang out with me? Okay, this is all I'm looking for, right? But it comes from being aware. Okay, what is bothering the horse? I reach for the horse, he braces, okay? There's the brace. What's the opposite of the brace? What's the opposite? Draw. No brace. The horse is turned loose. Zero drag. Yielding. Giving. Whatever the heck you want to call it. The horse is trying to help you, okay? You could say the same thing. We'll see what he does here. What did he do? I just reached for his face, and that was the first time in this whole session that when I reached for his face, he reached for me. What do I mean by that? I extended my hand to touch him, and he come in and met my hand. Not just with his body, but with his brain too. That was the first time in this whole session that horse did that. See the expression? And to me, these are things that are so simple and fundamental, like that 3-year-old there. These are all things we do on the first day to teach them to accept us and want to be around us and yield and be soft and all those things. But what happens is you have a horse like this who has a very good disposition, is naturally very gentle, that you skip steps. Maybe you're a kid, you take things for granted, and just because you're tough enough, you shove the bridle on him. And then next thing you know, you started to instill a bad habit. Okay, I'm going to reach. Let's see. He's braced. He's taking it. I could touch him, but that's not the point. I want him to know that I know that he's thinking about protecting himself, and now he's not. Okay, I'm going to reach up here. See how he reached for me? I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to put it on his neck. You see how he's getting a little rigid here? All I'm going to do is put a little feel in this halter, and as soon as his head comes down, just a little, and his brain comes to Tristen, I'm going to give to him. We're getting close. He's thinking about the flag. That's fine. There. And now I'm going to walk away from him. I would rather him not move, but I'm going to walk away from him and give him some space to process that. Because right now, just me being by his head is quite a bit of pressure for this horse, okay? So I have to be aware that I take that pressure off so the horse can do some processing. And I think this is what a lot of those folks say when they're kind of demeaning, and they're like, well, he don't even know how to bridle a horse. Well, you never really showed him and made sense to him either, so how could you expect him to know how to bridle a horse? But this is what I think they're trying to say and trying to show you when they say that. Although most of the time it don't seem like they ever explain it. Can you see the piece? Can you see the horse coming down? Look, there, he's looking me up. He's looking me up. I'm going to extend my hands like this. Look, he looked me up. That wasn't because I've done that with him before. That was because I started it with the flag. I started it with my posture. I started it with my hands. There's the brace. There's the reach. You want to teach your horse how to put a halter on and have him help you? Well, maybe come like this and get him to reach to your hand and then go away. And then maybe the next step, you get your halter rope and you come here, see he's braced, he's braced, he's braced, and then maybe I take my halter rope away. And then pretty soon I stick my halter out and the horse will walk in my halter. But it takes me being disciplined to watch this and observe, okay? So now, look, there's the brace. Oh, Tristen, I know you're gonna get me. And this is where you can't be like, oh, silly horse. This horse is only doing this because he was taught to do it. I'm not gonna get mad at him for doing something he was taught to do. And like that flag there, I could move it, but really it's good because the horse needs to get used to it anyways. So if a situation comes up, what better way for me to show you? There's the brace, there's the horse coming to me. There's the brace, there's the horse coming to me. I'm gonna work back here. There, look, the brain, the horse, everything come to me as soon as I just put a little feel in there. Last time, it took probably 10, 15 seconds before he was able to come to me, okay? And I want you guys to understand, don't be fooled. There's a lot of people that will tell you, oh, you know, you got to just hang in there. Yeah, you can hang in there and get drug around and get your shoulders ripped off enough. But if you make sense to the horse, like, okay, this is my pinky finger here, and this is a legit head shy, throw his head horse. Okay, and I'm just got my pinky finger on this rope. There's the brace, there's him yielding. Okay, let's see if I can even go a little further. Let's see if I can hang myself out there. His feet are thinking about moving, he's thinking about panicking. I'm just gonna stay nice and easy. There, I don't know if you could hear him either, he just kind of grunted and let down. But I'm not pulling him, I'm not making him stay. I'm setting it up and offering it to him so he can find it. These horses that we're getting ready for other people need to be able to work with all different kinds of people that might not understand horses. So the horse has to understand if he helps, well, things will get a lot easier. And then when they go to new homes, their lives will be a lot easier. The human doesn't have to be so perfect because we did a good enough job teaching the horse to understand, have comprehensive knowledge and understanding that he'll fill in for the human. Good. Great. Excellent, Kool Aid. We'll rub up here. See, look, he gets stiff there. So I'm just going to keep rubbing. He's stiff. He's thinking about leaving. I'm just going to keep rubbing. I'm not going to advance. Right now, he's just kind of there. He's thinking about leaving. I'm just going to travel with him a little bit. There, he's thinking about coming to me. I'm going to ease on out of the road and say, hey, that's exactly what I'm into. See how his face is getting softer now as I'm closer to him? He's getting more confident all along. He's wanting to engage. He's realizing I'm worth having a conversation with because I actually come up and asked him what he needed help with. Like, you want to work for somebody, you want to do something, you want to get a job somewhere, go find out what they need help with and do it. That's the best way to get to be somewhere and work your way up, is find what people need help with and do it. It's the same thing with the horse. See what he needs help with. Don't be so arrogant to go in there and think, oh, he's got to do hindquarters, he's got to do this, he's got to do this. You might make a horse that's perfectly capable of doing those maneuvers argue and awful because of your damn ego and your attitude coming in, oh, I'm going to tell him to do this and this and this, and you never even asked him what he needed help with. And that's what gets me, is when I see people preaching about all the Tom Dorrance, the Ray Hunt stuff, saying they're setting it up, they're helping the horse think, and they are forcing the sucker to do it, and they're teaching other people to do the same thing. You watch the people that are going around with them, and they're all wrestling horses. It's not a mental thing. We're missing the boat. For me, I am just trying to get folks to see that they can get their horses to want to work for them, and they don't have to be an expert at horse training. They just have to learn how to observe their horse's behavior so they can figure out how they can fit in and communicate with the horse. Whether it's just somebody who owns a horse in their backyard or somebody who wants to go show or go rope or go compete. I like to do all the things. Now I'm going to start working more towards this horse's ears. Okay? See the resistance there? I've got a little feel on my halter rope. He's right on the edge. Right now he's thinking there. I like it. We're going to step around here a little bit. Let him move his feet. I'm going to come back. I'm going to put both hands on him here. I'm going to clean my halter rope up a little, okay? And now I'm going to start teaching this horse to drop his head just off the feel of my hand, okay? So I'm going to place my hand on him, and I'm just going to offer up a feel from myself, this tactile, physical touch of me touching him. I'm just going to try and exude softness. Just like just picking up a newborn baby. At least for me, because I don't have a bunch of kids, it's like you see a newborn baby and you're like, gosh, I got to be fairly careful with that sucker. They're pretty fragile. Even though I know they're pretty darn durable, but still, that feeling, I want to approach him with that. It's not stiffness. And when I approach him here, all I'm looking for is that when I put this hand on him this way, he starts to just think and follow that feel. Whether he follows that feel, right now I'm asking him to look to the right. There. He started thinking to the right, and I'm going to take it away. And here in a minute, we'll have this horse's nose on the ground just by doing this. And as soon as we get that, we'll be done, and I think tomorrow I'll hit you with another session. But for those of you guys with head shy horses or horses you just like to get better about their head, I hope you take the time to watch this and go backwards and then go experiment with it. Let us know if you have any questions with it. Because this is something I see a lot, and it's like, if you go to bridle your horse and it makes him angry, you've already started your ride off behind. Like from the time I catch my horse, I want him to get better. So if I catch him and then and he don't want to be caught, and then I put the bridle on him and he don't want to be bridled, and then I get on him and he doesn't want me to ride him either, I have so many things working against me. So I'm just trying to go through this horse and see where the hang-ups are. Where are the spots where you don't understand that we're here to help you? See how my horse's head's getting lower and softer? He's letting me rock it. Ooh, there's a little tight spot in his neck. Very good, sir. Very good. And one thing to be careful of, okay, this is where horses have so much to teach us. Don't be greedy. When you get his head to give, don't try and hold it there. It's not about holding it there. Holding it there will come, but the horse learning how to give to that is the more important part. If you try and hold it, horse like this will resist, push up, and knock your teeth out. So don't do that. Don't try and hold it. As soon as it starts to happen, let it go. Let the horse hold it. It's not your job to hold it. It's not our job to control every dang thing in the world. There we go. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna ask him to go to the right. There's the right. I'm gonna ask him to go to the left. There's the left. I'm gonna ask him to go to the right. There's the right. I'm gonna ask him to go to the left. There's the left. I'm gonna ask him to go to the right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, right. Release. We got closer to the ground. The horse is getting softer off that feel. Now I put pressure on the horse and he follows my feel and thinks that way. Before I put pressure on the horse and he braced and prepared for impact. This is progress. Like, I could probably work this sucker like this and get him 25 or 30 rides better and not ever get on the sucker in 2 days. Just from teaching the horse the actual concept of yielding to pressure. Are we going? Okay, perfect. Sorry, this camera only does about 28 minutes before it cuts out. So, we're going to keep working on what we're working on here. There's a lot of tightness, and this horse's neck is actually out up here. There, it just went in. Watch what he does. Okay, so his neck was actually out of place, and he finally relaxed enough to let me get there. And you saw I didn't physically adjust him, but I was helping him with that muscle that was really tight, and he adjusted himself. And then you see how his head come down and his old eyes got soft and everything? This is what you're looking for with this kind of horse. And like when you're learning this, if you get this expression out of your head shy horse that you're having trouble with, quit. Feed him, put him up, let him be done, and maybe mess with him again in the evening or the next morning. Don't feel like you got to do it all in one day. He's braced there. Now he's reaching for me. Woo, buddy, you still are tight in there. There, he gave a little, so I'm going to go a little here. He gave a little. I'm going to give to him. Can you see how the idea is starting to come to lower his head? Okay? And there is not a damn thing about this that is force. If you will take the time to learn this, it will change your riding if you're interested in learning from the horse. If you're not, don't waste your time. See, he's searching. Now he's kind of breaking at his pole because that spot just went in and it feels a little better. I'm going to start working my way back down his neck here. There's little. There's little. There's little. Can you see the peace in this horse right now? Can you see he's feeling something he's not used to when people are around? He's getting to let down. Oh yeah, we're making headway, folks. We'll give him a little second on that. And like if you watch this video, it seems like it's going to be about an hour long, okay? That's a fair bit of time. But because we're not overstressing the horse, we can work at it for that long. And you better believe I'm not going to have to do the same things again. Because what I'm doing here isn't repetition based. It's understanding. If you're going to do repetition based training, you can train horses that way. But you're going to have to do it a lot for a long time and get your shoulders pulled on and that kind of stuff. If I can figure out how to get him to help me where his lack of understanding is, there's lots of things he's already good at. He'll be able to fill in. But if I try and do it all, I'm going to make so much extra work for myself, and I'm going to make a lot of extra misery for my horse. Can you feel me? Can you see the change in this horse? Even with a flag in front of his nose that he started off being afraid of, now I just put my hands on him and he's starting to melt. Okay? And this is a horse that people have argued with, okay? And, because I've already ranted a little bit, I'm going to rant a little bit more. People talk about there's a fineness in a horse that you can destroy it. I don't know that you can destroy it. I think they're full of it. I think they don't really know. I think they just say that. Because if you can figure out how to make sense to him and you adjust to fit that horse, he can change and look like a horse that you couldn't even recognize. But you have to be able to make sense to him. You can't just have a systematic approach where you go through this and you go through this and you go through this and you go through this. It won't work, okay? And I wish one of those people was here right now because I would have them do this and see if they could recreate it. And I think I would be pretty tickled with how it went. Maybe for my own ego, just to see the other people struggle, because I am human, and when I see people say so many things for so long that they're not actually doing it, frustrates me. There, that's getting better. Let's see here. Let's see. That's getting better. Oh yeah. Okay, do you see the expression? You see how he's letting down, okay? Like, say you're at the stage in your horsemanship where you want your horse to bridle up. You want to get collection. You want to have their head down. And, you know, you want them to pick up and pack around and look like those fancy horses you see on TV. Well, don't you think if you took the time to learn to teach them give this way, they would learn to give to the bridle a lot faster? Don't you think you wouldn't have to be so perfect? You'd have a horse that helps you, because I am nothing close to perfect. I need my horses to help me. Sometimes I'm doing sketchy stuff. Sometimes there's mean cows. Sometimes I have somebody working for me that gets us in a pickle of a situation, and it's my responsibility to keep the people safe. The only way I can do that is if I have a horse who wants to help me, who wants to work for me, okay? And I can't, there's no amount of work I can do to fake that. Look at this, right here, this is a different feel, he's tight. So I'm gonna work on this feel now. There, release, there, release, hold, don't pull. When you find tension, wait. If you pull, he's gonna lift his head up and go to run off. There's a little, there's a little. Now I'm gonna go back to this side right here, and I'm gonna rock him one more time, and then I think we're gonna be done for the day. But more than anything, I know I ranted a little bit because I spend a lot of time alone and I got a lot on my mind. But more than anything, I just have a lot of respect for the horse. And so many times I see people trying to teach a concept, and I love it. I love people helping people. But I just don't love it when people are teaching people to fight horses, and those people that are going to get help are being told that they're teaching horses how to learn, when really they're just forcing them to do stuff. It drives me nuts, because sooner or later those people come to me, and then I have to help them, and they're half of a basket case, because the people have been pushed to a point to where they think they can't do anything. There. What do you think? It seems like a better deal, doesn't it? See, right now he's groaning. He's letting the demons out. He's letting the demons of thinking that if he puts his head down, I'm going to jump a hold of him and shove a bridle in his mouth. That's what he's going through. It's like PTSD for the horse. In his nervous system, he just knows deep down that I'm going to get a hold of him. And all I'm showing him is, hey man, I see that you think that. Let me see if I can show you a little different. Let me see if I can make you feel good. And feeling good, okay, and helping him get there, it don't always mean I'm going to be doing something that he likes, but I'm going to be doing what he actually needs help with. And oh my gosh, you want to talk about get to a fun place, is when you can go out and you can help with what they need help with, and not be doing, not be tearing up stuff they're already good at. I'd like to get this last little spot out of his neck. Right. Let's see, I might not be able to get it. Right. There. Okay, so you've listened to me ramble on enough. This is some things I would do to approach a head shy horse. You can certainly do it without them being on a patience pole. You can do it just with your lead rope. I did it just for the sake of videoing and having a guy stay in one place with a camera right here on this patience pole, because it limits me to where I can go. And once I get going, I kind of go, and I could be here and I could be there and I could be up on top of that rock over there, and that's hard to video. So just keep in mind, you're trying to see where the horse is having trouble. Where's the point where the horse feels like he has to pull away to protect himself? And how can you help him see that you're trying to help him and make sense to him? That's all we're looking for. So those of you that are into this, I really hope it helps you. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I hope it helps.